What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about military real estate investing, what it is, how it works, why it's awesome, and really just kind of a bunch of random thoughts and bullet points about why military real estate investing is so badass. And this is Dave. In case you're not familiar, I'm the quote military millionaire. I built a platform from military to millionaire, helping service members and vets learn how to build wealth through real estate investing, entrepreneurship, personal finance. We are the largest military real estate investing community in the world if you look at all platforms. And our Facebook group has, 48,000 people in it, or 46,000 people in it, or I don't know. We've got over 250,000 followers on all socials, and we're growing quickly because we're congruent, right? So not trying to sell you a bunch of bull crap. This is just conversations and free content. So I hope you get something out of it right after this intro. If that intro didn't make you want to click subscribe and the like button, then I don't know what did, but hopefully something later on will, because you should like this video and subscribe so that it tells YouTube that we're worth a shit. So one of the reasons that I love military real estate investing is buying at multiple duty stations. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the idea that you should buy a house at every duty station. I think you should buy an investment at every duty station if it makes sense, but I think you should know when it does and doesn't make sense. Now, let me articulate that a little better. In 2019, when I moved to San Diego, I did not buy a house. I thought that the market was high enough that the odds were in the favor of decline rather than increase in value. And I wasn't a huge fan of their landlord-tenant laws, so I chose not to buy. Plus, I was only gonna be there for like a year and a half. So it wasn't, if it had been 3 years, I probably would have bought anyway. But made the decision. I was completely and totally wrong. It should have bought, right? I would have made more money because the market went crazy 2020, 2021. I had no idea, wouldn't have seen that coming. So with the information I had, I'm confident I made the right decision. I went and rented a house that I house hacked and rented rooms out on Airbnb. So I basically lived for free, and it was still amazing. There's nothing wrong with buying there, but I just want to encourage you that, look, while doing that, I built $1 million net worth through real estate. It doesn't matter about if you buy where you live everywhere. Don't get so wrapped around the idea of buying everywhere that you buy things you shouldn't. Don't go buy the gated community, exorbitantly overpriced, fancy single-family house. Buy the fourplex that you can rent out to buddies, or the big house that you can rent rooms out to buddies, and house hack and pocket all that money. And then when you move out, it cash flows and do it again. In that scenario, no matter where you buy, it can make sense. The house hack is a great way to even the playing field in expensive markets or affordable markets. So I definitely encourage you to check that out. And then, look at buying in every duty station. But even if you don't buy, there are ways to invest or to house hack via renting or living in someone's spare room, or there's all kinds of options to save money on living expenses. So just be creative. In regard to the house hacking, I've got a ton of content on this, but the VA loan, right? VA loan house hacking is amazing. You can get into a duplex, triplex, fourplex, or a big single family with a lot of spare bedrooms for $0 down, $0 money out of pocket, close the house, rent all the spaces out, live for free or close to it, maybe even cash flow. When you move out, it cash flows, and you're literally getting paid to live somewhere while learning to be a landlord, while learning about real estate, while learning about property management. It's a great option. And not a whole lot of people can do that. The VA loan is phenomenal, and house hacking is phenomenal, and you should definitely check it out. Got more content on it. That's one of the other really big perks to military real estate investors, and I love it. Plus, military bases are generally in decent places. At least for the Marine Corps and the Navy, and sorry about your Oklahoma there, Army. Now, military bases are often more recession resistant. Now, obviously it's not recession proof, and it's not a guarantee that the market won't decline, but because the military is a very recession proof organization, you're not just gonna get fired because the military is recession, we gotta lay everybody off. Not gonna happen, right? So it is a much, what in the world? What did I order? BAH, even if the market goes down and rent decreases and home values decrease, BAH is grandfathered. So the housing allowance that service members get, let's say you get stationed somewhere in January and in February the market crashed, or December, and you lock into a house, and in February or January the market had crashed, so the BAH drops $500 a month. Your BAH will not drop unless you lose a dependent, get NJP'd, or move. Like, that's it. So you're grandfathered for the whole 3 years, 2 years you're there. You're going to get the higher level BAH because they know that if you bought a house with that BAH and then they decreased it, that would screw you. So usually lags 2 to 3 years. Very recession resistant because it's a good career with good housing allowance and good benefits that's going to stay the same. Now, it may not appreciate quite at the same rate because, again, service members' pay is somewhat similar, but it's much more secure because it's probably not going to decline in value anywhere near as fast as other locations. Another great perk to being around military installations is that your tenant base a lot of times will be service members. Now, don't get me wrong, there are service members that are assholes and will tear your place up, but majority, they're good tenants, right? I would wager that if you put 1,000 people in Springfield, Missouri up against 1,000 service members in any location, the service members will cause much fewer tenant, landlord, eviction, headache issues, damage, whatever. And if you have a tenant who's not paying rent, when you get them to sign the lease, you get their commanding officer's information, you call the command and say, hey, this knucklehead's not paying rent, you'll get your rent money. And if they destroy your place, you call the command, you'll get your, they will help you. And that's not the case in the other side. So as far as tenant bases go, military tenant base is definitely a better tenant pool than most places. Is it guaranteed? No. Are there assholes? Yes. But I like to bet on statistics. Statistically, better bet is service members than not in most locations. I think the military honestly is one of the best places to build wealth, and especially with real estate, right? I mean, you can do the VA loan house hack, move somewhere else, do another VA loan house hack, move somewhere else, do another VA loan house hack, and then you have enough cash flow that you can just do normal purchases on rental properties, all the while you're renting to service members who may even be friends in your unit. My buddy Rio, he's a captain. He was renting a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house, and he was renting 3 or 4 of the rooms out to single lieutenants and captains. And those guys had ragers every weekend. Like, that was where we went for the Super Bowl, for New Year's. Like, my buddy and I used to have to set a curfew for ourselves to leave because we knew if we didn't leave, we would be there all night because these guys would just go crazy. But he was cash flowing to live in this really badass place with a pool table, man cave, and a really nice garage gym, and a really nice custom built bar, and a whole backyard area that was just awesome for entertaining. And they were all friends, and they were just living the life. And they were all paying less to live there than they would have paid to live elsewhere. And he was cash flowing while living in it, and is cash flowing even more while living out of it now that he's moved to Japan. And it's gone up $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in value since he bought it 4 years ago. So that's a pretty sweet gig. You can't do that in a whole lot of other spots, and not with people who are very like-minded that are going to hang out with you, right? So I think military real estate investors, military real estate investing is phenomenal, and there's an amazing community of us. The more you get into this world, the more you're going to realize how many service members invest in real estate. So again, if you haven't followed my journey, our journey, the community, you go to any platform and type in either Military Millionaire or From Military to Millionaire. We are there. Happy to help. Definitely join the Facebook group. Definitely follow here. Definitely subscribe and give that like if you got some value. But there's just so many of us. I mean, I've met so many people who've made the journey from military to millionaire. And in our mastermind group, for example, there are just tons of millionaires that have been made through real estate who are financially free or close to financially free, or just don't want to stop working but could be totally financially free. And there's a lot of us. It's a great community because, again, service members are here to help each other, right? We have that community, that bond, that whatever. So it's just overall, it's just a really good environment. And I don't know if I didn't sell it already. If you're in the military and you're looking to get into real estate, you're welcome. You won the lotto. And if you're not in the military, you're looking to get into real estate, don't be jealous, you'll be fine. There's plenty of options, FHA loan, whatever. I'm just biased because I'm a Marine Corps vet. So that being said, have a great day. Let's go see what I got. don't know what I ordered. Thanks for watching. You've made it to the end of the video. If you got something valuable out of this, please consider smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel, and checking the little bell for notifications so that you get to see more valuable content. Depending on what you're interested in, we've got a ton of other playlists on real estate investing, military advice, getting rich in the military, VA loans, you name it. And make sure you get plugged in the community, in the Facebook group and other platforms. Also, if you haven't done so yet and you've still got a lot of questions, especially if you're a younger service member, check out the No BS Guide to Military Life. This is everything I wish I'd known when I first joined the military, and I wrote it to pass on so that other people don't have to say, God, I wish someone had told me that when I was younger. So hope you got something out of this. If you got ideas for other videos or questions, throw them in the comments. I definitely do reply to most everything that's in my comments, and I look forward to seeing you around the channel again. Have a great day.